Out here doing some scouting today. About, I think 12 days before season. Saw some couple bucks, mostly does. Out here at a spot that we hunt. Didn't see anything out here, but we got a really big buck out here. A couple that are already losing its velvet. So, not very many does out here. We've not got on camera, so that's kind of got me worried. But we've been getting them every morning about, and been getting that big buck about every morning too. But I sat right out here on these hay bales and overlooked that picked cornfield and didn't see nothing. Kind of looked over this bean field as well. Didn't see anything. Still, we have a stand way back there. Way back there, then way further down that way too. That have been getting pretty good deer on all year. One really big one, giant. And I hope we get him after he loses his velvet too. I'm scared that he's gonna change his home core when he loses his velvet and switch to his fall pattern. So who knows about that, but still high hopes. Still other good bucks out here, especially some that have already lost their velvet. So maybe. Okay, it's September 15th. Opening day of bow season in Missouri. I have to be quiet because there's 5 bucks out in the field, right? Five bucks in the field. And I think one of them is to shoot a buck. I got good footage of them. I had 2 real nice ones walk right in front of me 10 yards. It was just too dark to shoot. They're about 150 away. Just eating beans. I think one of those is the shoot a buck. Hopefully he circles back around. Okay, so it is currently 7:17. Had, I think, 4, maybe 5 good bucks. 1 monster, I think. I got him on film. So I get home, I'll look at that. So I had 3 does. out there feeding in the beans for a while. Dad is at the other property. He saw a nice buck too, he said. Hunter's at work right now, so he couldn't get out, but Hunter's at work, so he couldn't get out. This morning was kind of a sketchy walk. I had to walk to a cow pasture. And I kind of ran up on a calf. It jumped up, and then the rest of them jumped up. Started following me until I got over the fence. When I was walking in, when I about got up to the stand, probably 20 yards away from the stand, I spooked something. We had 2 bucks on camera. We had the cellular cameras. We had 2 bucks on camera that were bedded down right in front of the stand, but I wasn't too worried about jumping them because they were just little ones. And I did. And then about got all settled in. Probably 10 minutes was just sitting there, maybe 20. 2 good bucks walk right in front of me. Too dark to shoot. But it was light enough. If I looked through my binoculars, I could see what they were. And I didn't get a chance to look at the first one because it was already up on me when I knew it was there. The second one is a really nice buck. I would have liked to see him in daylight better. But the second one was a real nice buck. I'd have been pretty happy to kill him. But I know there's big bucks here. This morning, right at daylight, those 2 bucks passed, and then I went down to that corner back there, probably 100 yards, and 2 or 3 other big bucks came out, and I think one of them was that giant buck that we've been getting on camera. And after they filtered off, those 3 does came out too. So it's been a pretty good first day here in Missouri, September 15th, 2020. I'll be back at it tonight and tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. dude, they had me from the moment they hit that field. Because when they get up there, right there in the middle, it's about eye level to me. So as soon as they hit that, I stood up. I didn't see the one that was closest to me because its head was, I just couldn't see it. And I was reaching to start the camera up, and she saw me. And as soon as she saw me, she was just on a direct line towards me with her head facing directly at me the whole time. Yeah. Oh, I really hope I hit it good. Oh, I think I just heard her crash. Dad is on the same property too. He's about 200, probably like 600 yards that way. He saw a couple does and he thinks a nice buck, but he couldn't really tell. I had one as soon as I got up in the stand and all set up this morning. I could hear something out in the beans, and it was like a full moon this morning, like really bright, so I didn't even need my light this morning. But I could hear it out in the beans, and then I looked down, and there's a little 4-point right there at the camera, and I don't know why, but it's not sending us pictures. Pretty sure I just heard her crash over there, not too far away. Shot her right through the chest, and it looked like it went center mass. I can almost swear I heard it come out too, so I think I got a complete pass through. I'm gonna give it a little time to get down and go see if I can find my arrow, but it's probably lost in that beans. It was weird. There were 2 mama does, 2 big old does, and then a yearling. Something I've never seen before. His dad. It's fine. It's very cold this morning. Coldest. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think I smoked it. I had to shoot it in the chest. There's 3 of them. There's 2 mama does and a yearling. And they hit that hill, and I stood up, like, pretty far there, like 100 yards away. And the first one literally just beamed me, like, saw me right away as soon as I stood up. And the first one, she saw me, and she was on a direct line towards me, with her head up directly facing at me, so I had to, like, stand perfectly still. I shot that doe this morning about 7:15. Went and got Dad, went back to the car, got Dad, and went back to the house, looked at the footage, looked pretty good. Shot it right through the chest. We started tracking some blood. We tried to use the GoPro, but it kept dying. But we brought the RZR out. We wanted to keep it in the pasture, so we didn't run over any beans. But we've been tracking some really good blood down here. And it looks like there's a good deer path where she probably went down, so we're just going to keep following that and see what happens. There's good blood, like good bright red blood. I shot her in the chest, so you gotta think that it's coming out of her chest, so this is exactly where she's running. It's not squirting on the side. We're gonna keep on this deer path. Oh, there it goes. Look at this. This is nuts. All else we got here, it's like someone took a red paint can to it. See it all? Up in here and blowing everything out. Yeah. What do you think? You shot her?
Yeah.
Alright, I think that's good. Let's get it drug out. Oh. Yeah, let's get it drug out. I can turn it off now.
We'll get
Must
down.
take that long. Oh, we'll take it out there and we'll do it. Right. So, went out this morning. It's October 2nd. October 2nd, Friday. Coldest day so far this year. It's like 42 this morning. And I saw these 3 does probably 200 yards down the bean field in the next corner over. And they came out, ate, and then they went back in where they came out from, so I didn't think I was going to see them. About 5 minutes later, I looked back up and they're back out there. So they started walking my way. They hit this little ridge and then on the beans, and they saw me. This, not this one, but the other one saw me. It was on a direct path towards me. And when they got in, they were probably 10 yards away. I tried to pull back. The first one spooked. This one was still curious, apparently. She took about 4 steps towards me after that one spooked. It was probably 20 yards, and I let her rip and went through her chest, right there, through her chest, and out the back of this other side's shoulder. I clipped the shoulder right here, but clean pass through. I just switched to these new, I mean, they're not new, but for me they're new, DRTs fixed blade. We've been sharpening them as much as we possibly can. 125 grains, these are pretty cool because you can switch them from 100 to 125 with this collar right here, but I wanted to get a little bit heavier, so I went with the 125. I kept the collar on. Obviously it did the trick. I mean, I hit the part of that scapula right there and it just blew right through it. I found my arrow sitting right where I shot it. But she probably ran, what do you think, 70 yards from where we shot it from?
Probably.
About 70 yards from where we shot it from. She was dead. I heard her crash when I was doing my little interview after the shot. I heard her crash, so I knew she was dead, but I just wanted to get that out here and get the RZR out here so we can make it a lot easier for us to get it back to the truck. But this is number 1 for these here. Now we're gonna start chasing after the, well, I've been chasing after the hard horns, but now it's gonna be really only bucks from here.
Pick your head up.
Big old mama doe. Couldn't be any happier.
He's coming this way.
see him breathing. Dude, what do you make it? 100 yards? That's because he heard me slam my butt. Got it done from the ground today. Got in pretty late because we kind of woke up late. But we've been sitting down in this cove a couple times now. We've been seeing some rutting activity. Last time we sat here, we saw a buck chasing a doe. So we wanted to sit, but we had to sit on the other side than we normally sit because the wind was blowing in a different direction. But we were sitting there all morning. We heard something crossing a creek behind us. Jumping the fence behind us. So we were kind of studying on that, but we didn't see it at all. So about daylight, I think about 7 o'clock, we see this buck come exactly where we were sitting at the last couple times that we've been back here. Came probably 10 yards away from where we were sitting at. And he came out into the field. He stopped on the edge and was looking out, didn't see anything. He went out to the middle of the bean field. Was kind of eating, but really just kind of cruising around, trying to, assuming find a hot doe. So I had Dad grunt. It heard it, but it didn't, I guess it didn't know exactly where it came from, so it started eating again. And it started walking away from us, so Dad grunted one more time really loudly, and he started coming right at us. But he was walking along that field edge, so we thought we were going to get a nice little 10-yard shot, but instead, he decided to go right on the other side of the cedar tree that we were sitting on. So for like 10 minutes, he was like 5 yards on the other side of the cedar tree. I had my bow pulled back the whole entire time. I accidentally slammed it forward because I was holding it back so long. But after that, after I slammed it forward, he popped out into the field. He looked back at us, and that's when I hit him. I hit a good shot. He was quartering away, so I hit a little back, but it came out. I haven't looked yet, but I'm going to assume right behind the opposite side shoulder or right in front of it. And he made it 100 yards, and that was him running the whole entire time. I'm pretty sure we saw him fall. He didn't stop one time, so he was just a dead deer running. But was using you have the arrow. Was using the Slick Tricks 125 grain with the VAP TKOs 300 spine. I think it was like almost 500 in total weight, and I passed completely through him. Got it stuck into the ground, probably 20 to 30 yards behind where I actually shot him at. With my 65-pound cure. 28-inch draw, I'm pretty sure, 28 and a half. But he was running the whole entire time, and he died where we last saw him. We saw him come up into this bedding area. It's just kind of a cedar thicket with just overgrown grass. And as you can see, it's really thick back here, so we can't ever hunt back here. But I'm assuming this is where he came out of, and this is where he ended up dying. We could see him from where we were set up come up in here. We heard him crash, we thought, and obviously we did. We waited about 30 minutes before we came and found him, and he was dead, sitting right there. Alright, we're on the recovery of a buck that Dad shot. Let me see the arrow. Yeah, slow down, chill out. Let me see the arrow. Let me see the arrow. Oh, he got it all the way up there, huh? Oh, there's blood right there.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, there's blood right there too. Oh. Slapped it clean in half. Look at that. Big. Here, that too.
Where's that?
There was some blood right there, so you might be able to get on a blood trail. I think he knows where it fell over at. I should have left that arrow there so we know where to go. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's a nice one. Dude, that's the giant buck, Dad. Yo. Dude, that's the giant. Dude, that's the giant buck we got on camera. Yo.
How big that motherfucker
Oh my god, dude, that thing's like a donkey. Dude, look how fat his neck is already.
Yeah.
Try to flip it over. Dude, that's that giant big buck that we've been getting on camera on that pond.
He's a fucking toad. Look at them balls, baby.
Oh, right through that shoulder blade. What a perfect shot. Yeah, right there. Dude, what do you guys think about that one, Jacob?
Pretty sweet. Let's drag him up there.
Yeah, I got the good camera too. Dude, that thing is a freaking tank. Dude, come on. Now come up on that one, baby. Dude, that's the one that we've been getting on camera. And he's only been daylight. Nighttime.
He's old.
Yeah.
How big his neck.
Dude, his neck is... Dude, look how big his face is.
Wonder how old he is.
Dude, this thing is like... let's look at his teeth real quick.
Oh, did he break a point off?
Dude, he has no teeth. Oh, he has some teeth.
How old he is.
Oh,
Walk over there and get the...
what a brute.
Let's drag him.
Why don't you seem like you're...
So I want to kind of go over this video with you guys. This was our 2021 deer season, and so we didn't do the greatest on filming, like kill shots. We did a lot of B-roll and stuff like that, but kill shots, this was not our year. So my deer, the one that you saw with my bow, that one was kind of difficult to get on video because we called that deer in and we were sitting on a cedar tree. So there's a cedar tree on our left and our right. And we grunted at it. We thought that deer was going to come straight down the field edge, like the beam field edge, but it didn't. It actually came right on the other side of that cedar tree. And Dad was recording, as you saw. You can see some clips here and there. But I think he was accidentally pressing the button on and off, on and off. But he was right there, so it was kind of difficult. We were trying to be quiet. We were on the ground, so it's even harder when you're on the ground. But I slammed my bow forward. It popped out. It was 24 yards exactly, and I just double lunged him. I actually hit the heart too. I cut its heart in half. I have a photo of that, but I cut its heart in half. He was a dead deer running. We pretty much watched him fall over at 100 yards. But Dad's was a giant. It scored 146 inches. I think it was like a 9-point, but it had a goofy rack. We've been getting him on camera pretty steadily, but it was like way in the middle of the night, like 12 o'clock, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Nothing even really remotely close to daylight, but at that time I was tagged out till November, until rifle season. In Missouri, you can only kill one with your bow before rifle season, then you can kill one during rifle season or one after. But I was tagged out. I was at home, actually about to go eat. I remember me and my brother were about to go eat, and Dad called me and was like, I'm pretty sure I just shot a decent buck. If you know Dad, it's always like a basket rack 8-pointer with him. He gets a little trigger happy. It's always a basket rack 8-pointer with him. So we throw our boots on, we get out there, we take the buggy, and he saw it fall over, but he shot it right at dark. So like still light enough to see, but getting to the dark time, like probably 10 minutes left of daylight. So he said he thought he was a pretty nice buck, so we weren't really expecting much. So we went pretty much straight to where he saw it fall over at, and we get up on it, and it was an absolute tank. I'm pretty sure it's Dad's biggest buck, definitely Dad's biggest buck with the bow. We got it at the taxidermist. It should be back here in a couple weeks, I think. He just texted me, so I think it's 2-3 weeks maybe. But he said to score 146 inches. That's unofficial, but it was a big buck. And I'm going to get Dad this year to start filming a little bit better. He has that old camera that we used last year. Right now I'm filming on AX33, which I love. It's a pretty sweet little camera. But he's going to be using the old camcorder from last year. So I'm going to get him recording pretty good and try to get some good kill shots this year. But I kind of want to explain I know you're seeing all these track jobs and you're probably like, what the heck, why ain't we seeing any kill shots? So I just want to explain to you that's why there's no kill shots. My deer was kind of difficult and bad, and he wasn't really into recording. But I did record a recovery of that buck, and I wanted to say it did score 146 inches. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.